kids, where are you? It's time for all the art to tell stories.
In the frozen reaches of the northern lands, where the sun barely graced the horizon and the snow fell in endless sheets, there lay a village called Frosthold. It was a place of stark beauty, where the people had learned to survive the harsh winters through resilience and ingenuity. But even the hardiest of villagers could not withstand the unnatural cold that had begun to creep into their homes. A cold that seemed to sap the very life from their bones. At the heart of Frosthold lived a young man named Finn, known to his friends as the Flamekeeper. Finn was no ordinary villager. He possessed a rare and mysterious gift, the ability to conjure and control magical flames. His fire was not like the ordinary kind. It burned with a golden hue, warm and comforting, and it could not be extinguished by wind or water. Finn had discovered his gift as a child, when he had saved his family's home from a blizzard by lighting a fire that defied the storm's fury. But Finn's gift came with a price. The flames were tied to his emotions, and if he lost control, they could rage out of hand. For years, Finn had kept his powers hidden, using them only in secret to help his friends and family. But now, as the unnatural cold threatened to destroy Frosthold, Finn knew he could no longer stay in the shadows. The first signs of the unnatural cold came in the form of frost. Frost that clung to the walls of homes and refused to melt. Frost that crept across the fields and turned crops to ice. The villagers tried to fight it, lighting fires and huddling together for warmth. Nothing seemed to work. The cold was relentless, and it grew stronger with each passing day. Finn felt it too, a chill that seeped into his very soul. He knew this was no ordinary winter. Something dark and ancient was at work. One night, as he sat by the hearth in his small cottage, he heard a voice, a whisper carried on the wind. "Finn," it said, "you are the Flamekeeper. Only you can stand against the cold." Finn's heart raced. He had never told anyone about his gift. The voice seemed to know him. He followed it outside, into the biting wind, and there, standing in the snow, was an old woman wrapped in a cloak of frost. Her eyes glowed with an icy light, and her voice was as cold as the wind. "I am Nira, the Frostweaver," she said. "The cold is my domain, and I have come to claim this land. But you, Finn, you are a thorn in my side. Your fire defies me. Surrender it, and I will spare your village." Finn clenched his fists, feeling the warmth of his flames stirring within him. "I will never surrender," he said. "I will protect my home, no matter the cost." Nira smiled, a cruel and icy smile. "Then you will burn," she said. With a wave of her hand, she summoned a blizzard that engulfed the village. Finn knew he had to act quickly. He ran through the village, calling out to his friends and neighbors. "Gather in the square," he shouted. "I can protect you, but you must trust me." The villagers hesitated, but they had no other choice. They gathered in the square, their breath visible in the freezing air. Finn stood at the center, his hands raised and summoned his flames. Golden fire erupted from his palms, forming a dome of warmth. The blizzard raged outside, but inside the dome, the air was warm and still. But Finn could feel the strain of maintaining the fire. Nira's power was immense, and her cold was relentless. He knew he couldn't hold out forever. As the hours passed, Finn's strength began to wane. He needed a plan, a way to fight back against Nira's cold. He turned to his closest friend, a clever inventor named Lila. "Lila," he said, "I need your help. We have to find a way to weaken Nira's power." Lila nodded, her mind already racing. "If we can disrupt her connection to the cold, we might be able to stop her. But we'll need something powerful, something that can counteract her magic." Finn thought for a moment, then remembered an old legend. His grandmother had told him a story about the eternal flame, a magical fire that burned deep within the mountains. It was said that the flame could never be extinguished, and that it held the power to banish even the coldest of winters. We need to find the eternal flame," Finn said. "It's our only hope." Finn and Lila set out at dawn, leaving the village under the protection of Finn's flames. The journey to the mountains was treacherous, the snow deep and the wind biting. But Finn's fire kept them warm, and Lila's ingenuity helped them navigate the icy terrain. As they climbed higher, they encountered strange and dangerous creatures. Ice wolves with eyes like frozen stars, and snow wraiths that whispered lies to lure them astray. But Finn's flames kept the creatures at bay, and Lila's quick thinking helped them overcome every obstacle. Finally, after days of travel, they reached the heart of the mountains. There, in a cavern of ice and stone, burned the eternal flame. It was a sight to behold, a pillar of golden fire that reached toward the sky, its light casting shadows on the walls. But as they approached, they realized they were not alone. Nira stood before the flame, her hands outstretched, her icy magic trying to extinguish it. Finn and Lila charged forward, determined to stop Nira. Finn summoned his flames, sending a wave of fire toward the Frostweaver. Nira turned, her eyes blazing with fury, and met his attack with a blast of icy wind. The battle was fierce, the cavern shaking with the force of their magic. Finn's flames clashed with Nira's ice, creating a storm of fire and frost. Lila, armed with a device she had crafted during their journey, aimed it at Nira and activated it. The device emitted a high-pitched sound that disrupted Nira's magic, causing her to falter. Seizing the opportunity, Finn focused all his power on the eternal flame. He reached out to it, feeling its warmth and strength, and merged it with his own fire. The flames grew brighter, hotter, until they engulfed Nira in a blaze of golden light. With a final piercing scream, Nira was consumed by the fire. Her icy magic shattered, and the unnatural cold that had plagued Frosthold began to recede. Finn and Lila returned to the village as heroes. The villagers cheered, their homes and lives saved by Finn's bravery and Lila's ingenuity. The eternal flame, now a part of Finn's power, burned brightly in the village square, a symbol of hope and resilience. Finn knew his journey was far from over. The world was vast, and there were other threats that needed to be faced. But with his friends by his side and the eternal flame within him, he was ready to meet whatever challenges lay ahead. Years later, Finn's story became legend, passed down through generations. The villagers of Frosthold, never forgot the young man who had saved them from the cold, and his name became a symbol of courage and hope. Finn himself lived a long and fulfilling life, his bond with the eternal flame unbroken until his final days. And though he was gone, his spirit remained, carried on the flames that burned in the hearts of those he had protected. A gentle reminder of the power of unity, resilience, and the enduring warmth of friendship. If you like our stories, please like, subscribe, and turn on the little bell so you won't miss exciting stories every day. You are also welcome to share it with family and friends to listen to the story together. Love you.